Okay, and we are live, ladies. We've been saying for a long time, guys, that we was gonna get us some theme music because somebody's son was supposed to make us a track that we were going to use as the introduction to the show.
Look, let me tell you,
Somebody whose name shall remain nameless.
somebody needs to get some. Somebody needs to get some money to get him some studio time because he won't just make it like do music and do a song or whatever for us. He wants to do it in the studio professionally. So
I tell him all we need is a quick beat. We ain't even got no words.
Right?
all right, so just to
Right.
be
We need just a 3-second theme to kind of bring us into the show. He could do a simple beat. He ain't got to put no words to it. Hey, Miss Beverly.
I got you. Hey, Miss Bev.
Hey, Miss
Okay, if you guys
Beverly.
can remember, we're on every other weekend now. um,
Wednesday
so
Every other Wednesday.
welcome. Every other Wednesday. What did I say?
weekend.
Weekend.
Oh, I'm multitasking. Y'all call me. Y'all call me. I'm multitasking. We on every other Wednesday now. So be looking forward to us coming on every other Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna try to get y'all some time. Let's get in here. When y'all get in here, go ahead and come in the chat room. We don't bite and hit that thumbs up button on your way in. Much love, Beverly. We have some interesting topics today. We have some interesting topics today, y'all. We're gonna start off with a little celebrity news and gossip, and then y'all know we're gonna get deeper into some show. Hey, brother Antoine Miles. That's my brother right there, y'all.
That's who. Hey,
That's my
Jennifer.
brother right there. I met him on YouTube, and I just claimed him as my brother since I met him on YouTube, like, what, 2 years ago? So, yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's
right.
not my blood brother, but
Welcome.
that's my brother in Christ. Yes, yes. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off so we don't bore y'all and we don't be all day. So we're gonna start this thing
Yeah, I'm
off with
excited
the
about
Bill
this show. I'm
Cosby
so
denial.
excited.
I'm sorry, you said what, did he?
I'm so excited about this show. I'm so excited. Just even put
Girl,
this on.
you was
It's her
Miss Harper. That
ADHD.
girl
Don't
be
mind her.
that girl be excited, don't she?
Girl, you see
I
how she
like it.
be
I like
dropping
it.
stories for 2 weeks? I love it
That girl
though.
be for 2 weeks she can be on top of these topics. Okay,
Yes,
I
she
love it
does.
though. I love it. So yeah, a lot of these
Me
topics,
too.
Didi be on top of it. But yeah, Bill Cosby being denied parole. This is a new topic that we didn't get a
Hey,
chance to touch on
Chrissy.
last week because we're not here every week anymore. So okay, the stories might be a little bit old, and you might have heard everybody else commentary and watch video after video after video because we're not on daily or weekly. However, you have not heard our perspective of it, right? Right. So and some of you guys, for the news may be new for the first time, which is good, great. If you haven't heard it and it's the first time of you hearing of it, great. You can watch if we show the video clips, watch the video clips with us and give your commentary on it for the first time. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a quick video of the Bill Cosby request for parole denied. Just a quick little few second video, and then we're gonna discuss that. Okay, let's go. And you guys, of course, drop me a two or anything if the audio is bad and you guys cannot hear.
Cosby says the denial is not surprising, but Cosby continues to proclaim his innocence and remains hopeful his conviction will be vacated. Cosby was convicted on sexual assault charges in 2018. He was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison.
Okay. Like I said, just a real quick audio. All right.
Does anybody else have a delay on that?
Oh, hold on.
If you're delayed, Didi, refreshed, you can go out and come back in if you feel like you're delayed. There's a
Yeah, if you
delay
delay, you feel like
if
and
you're
yeah, if
looking
my
at.
audio gets broken up or something, Cynthia, let me know, or y'all drop something in the chat room.
Okay, I will.
Okay. It don't matter. Sometimes go in and out. Now they say he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years.
Yeah. He was denied bail twice because he doesn't want to go to a sex offenders class because he doesn't seem either think that he needs it or he's still proclaiming his innocence, which I thought he admitted to some of them. That's why they got him so fast.
Okay, we never discussed the Bill Cosby rape allegations, right?
No, we did not. No.
Okay, because when the stuff hit the fan, I don't think we was back on Queen's Roundtable. Like we never
Right.
discussed it, period, on this channel. So we never got a chance to ask the question. What do you think? Do you think, do you think that the man is guilty of sexual assault or sexual misconduct or rape? Or do you think he's not guilty? We've never asked this question.
I'm sorry.
We've never asked this question, and we've never discussed the Bill Cosby allegations, sexual allegations over here. So this is the first time we asking you guys, what do y'all think about the whole thing? Period.
Right.
Do y'all think, and just basing it off the information that you have collected so far? And
For me,
you go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sweetie.
No, I was gonna tell you, you can go ahead and share, your thoughts on it, Cynthia.
Okay. Well, for me, I don't think it was rape necessarily. Back in the day in the industry, women knew what they were getting into when they were going up to these men's houses, apartments, motels, hotels, or whatever at 2:00 in the morning. You're not going up there for no interview or what's it called? I'm trying to think of the word. Like you're trying out for a part or whatever like that. It's not. I think he admitted, from what I can remember, to putting stuff in women's drinks, and a couple of them, but a lot of them he denied it. And I think it's the ones that he admitted to is why they got him so fast and convicted him and had the trial and stuff so fast because he did admit to some of them. But the majority, the rape part, I don't believe. I believe that these women knew exactly what was going on. He was giving them.
And this is what I don't understand. If he admitted to some of it, why won't he just go ahead and take the sexual, offense class?
Yeah.
He keep denying. Why not just take it?
I feel like maybe he thinks that he did it, but it's not considered a sex offense, maybe, in his mind. That's why he did it, because he didn't think there was nothing wrong with it, because everybody was doing it. I don't know. And then I don't know what the sex offense classes consist of. And if he does that, will he have to be put on a sex registry once he does get out?
Let me ask y'all something. Would you guys take a class, or would you guys agree to do something that you was not guilty for, but agree to do it to lessen your time? If you get what I'm saying, would you do that? Because for me, I'm thinking like shit. The whole world think it anyway. This is my opinion. The whole world think it anyway. Okay, I know it ain't true. But I know I have done some things that may have leaned towards that or appear to be that. So yes, and I do need some help. So why not go ahead and take the classes and possibly shorten my sentence? I just think that's just dumb altogether for him not even to do it. But Bill Cosby, we praying for you. We're not gonna spend too much time on you. We praying for you and the victims.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with Jennifer though. She's like, if they knew he was doing it since the 70s, why wait until he's 100 years old to convict him? What happened to Roman Polanski? Been doing it to young girls along with Woody Allen, etc. I definitely agree. And if I wasn't guilty, I wouldn't take the classes either. I don't care what people think. If I'm not guilty, I'm not admitting to anything.
Who would take the classes? Drop the one of you would take the classes to lower your sentence, to shorten your sentence, and considering the fact this man's 70, 80 years old. And drop it to if you agree with me. I'll go ahead and do it to lower my sentence, get the hell up out of prison. Or if you agree with Cynthia, drop it to. If you say, nope, I didn't do it, I'm not taking no classes, I don't care, I'll wrap my sentence out. We want to hear from y'all too. I didn't even think that it would even come to a poll. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't. I didn't even think it would come to a poll, but I really want to know. Here's Dee Dee. Okay, get you back on. Dee Dee, did you get a chance to hear the question? I really want to know.
Oh, you got to turn off your other YouTube.
Hey.
Okay, get you back on. Dee Dee, did you get a chance to hear the question?
You got to close out the YouTube or pause it. Turn off your other YouTube.
Okay, I muted her mic till she figure it out. So, Dee Dee, when you get the oh my gosh, turn your volume down, your YouTube volume down, and then you can unmute.
Okay, I got it. Sorry, I'm technologically worth nothing. So luckily, Chrissy came and rescued me. Is that better?
Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah.
That is much better. So as far as the Bill Cosby, would you go ahead and take the like even if it was a substance abuse class, right? And I don't consider myself to be an alcoholic, but if it was a substance abuse class that I had to take to lower my sentence, okay, judge, give it to me. That's all I'm saying. That's
different. I would do that because you don't have to register as an alcoholic or a drug addict. With sex offense, it's different. I mean, like he's like 95.
But he's gonna be registered as a sex offender anyway, though, Cynthia, because he was sentenced for that crime, right?
True, but I don't.
So
I really don't think he thinks he's guilty. So that's.
I don't listen. I don't. He did not admit to anything. He didn't plead guilty to anything. That's why he went to jail.
He didn't admit anything at all. I thought
he only got convicted. No, he only got convicted on one case because the statute of limitation had run out on the other ones. So that's why he doesn't want to take the classes, because he's saying he didn't do it. So my question, I mean, I could go on all day about how I don't think he should be in jail at all. And sure, in 1966, a white woman was scared to say that a black man raped her. I don't care who the black man is. I don't buy that. But anyway, whatever. I digress. I think it boils down to, do you want to be right or do you want to get what you want? You can stay in your rightness in jail, or you can suck it up and get your freedom. It just depends on each individual person's, desires.
Yeah, I was saying if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't admit to anything. I
think it's selfish for you to say, I didn't do it, I'm not going to admit to it, when you already been sentenced for it and you trying to you trying to get approved for parole, and because you have a wife, you have kids, you have a family that's wanting you to come home, that you have been a sole provider for, and I think it's kind of selfish for you to be like, well, I'm just gonna be stubborn and say I didn't do it. I didn't do anything, and I shouldn't even be in here. So I just rat it the fuck out. And excuse me, y'all. I'm acting like this personal. I'm acting like this my husband. I was about to go in real quick, like I ain't gonna sit and I'm sitting back waiting on you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I went personal. That's why I can't have a podcast, because I'm in my feelings.
Girl, sometimes that's the only word that works. It's not a good thing, but it is. Yeah, sometimes that's the only word that fits. It's true. It's not right, but it's
the only word that fits. And especially when you're a woman and you didn't deal with some stuff, and you like, how dude? Like, you just being selfish. I don't know. I was just in my feelings real quick. Excuse me, y'all. We might have to go back and edit that part out.
Oh, but Jennifer, I think that what was said at the time that all of this happened was he was getting ready to buy NBC. They were trying to stop him from buying it. That's why all of a sudden all these allegations came up.
So that could be possible too. Now, I know a lot of people feel like it's just a big conspiracy theory.
Chat,
But
do y'all think that he was getting ready to buy NBC and that's why they did it? Or do you think that was just like smoke and gas and mirrors or whatever they be saying?
man, I think Michael Jackson was getting ready to bat Sony. I think he was getting ready to bat NBC. I think that we can only go so far because the Jews, the Jewish, because they're not the real Jews. I'm not going to edit that out too. But anyway, they own everything. They own everything. They own everything. And these people sell out and they be all this type of evil. And they only gonna go so far. They only gonna allow them to go so far before they start ruining their reputation, knocking them off, whatever the case may be. They only gonna allow them to go so far.
Right. Who was that little funny looking guy that was a producer or something and they accused him? It was one of them stings, I think. And he still hasn't been prosecuted yet. Yeah. Oh God, what was his name? Not Jeffrey.
I was say Jerry Seinfeld. I'll be all over the place.
He's on his island somewhere, but Prince and all them.
Einstein. I mean, Einstein.
You know who I'm talking about? Yeah. Chat, if y'all know, help me out, please.
Y'all know that name. Y'all know that name.
But why hasn't he been convicted of anything? Did he dropped again?
Well, he actually was convicted. He committed suicide. He committed suicide. He killed himself in the prison.
So yeah.
Jeffrey Einstein or something like that.
Epstein.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Epstein, something.
Epstein, potatoes.
Yeah, that part. But so Didi is having technical difficulties, you guys. We're gonna keep it moving, and she'll be on and off until she get her stuff situated. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play the 911 call about Akon getting his vehicle stolen. If you guys don't know, the rapper Akon got his vehicle stolen. I want to say this was last weekend. Yeah, the 26th. So we're going to go ahead and play this little quick clip. It's only like a 1-minute clip of the 911 call. We actually have the 911 call, and we're going to talk about that. So let me go ahead and pull up that clip. And can you do a quick verbal disclaimer for me, Cynthia?
If I knew it, what is it? Fair Act 126 for educational purposes and teaching and all that stuff.
I didn't even expect you to say the numbers and stuff, but so
I don't know if I got the numbers right, but y'all know what I mean.
I mean, YouTube, you know fair what we're talking about.
Okay. Fair use for educational.
Play with us.
I think it's 106.
All right, so let's go ahead and play the video.
Hey, yes, how you doing? Yeah, I was just carjacked at the gas station for my Range Rover.
And what gas station? What's the address?
The gas station is 761 Neiman's Market. But I have a tracker.
Listen, 761 Neiman Marcus is not a street in the city of Atlanta. What's the address you're at? So I can get a police out there to you. And what's the name of the gas station?
Oh no, I'm sorry, ma'am. This is not the gas station. This is where my car is actually parked because I have a tracker on it.
What gas station you at? Have you made a police report?
Yeah, the police is on their way, but they've been on their way for a whole hour.
And you say you were carjacked?
Yes, ma'am.
At gunpoint?
No, it wasn't at gunpoint.
What happened then?
I was literally getting gas, and they just jumped in the car. And
that's not a carjacking. That's not a carjacking.
Oh, okay.
What?
Someone stole your car.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Wait a minute.
First of all, I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go. I'm gonna let y'all because I got a whole problem. With this dispatcher. I got a whole problem with her.
Antoine, I am so sorry. I did not mean to time you out. I was trying to get my phone to not be sideways, and when I was turning it, I must have hit it. So I hope you hear me. Don't leave.
Don't be timing on my brother. Hell wrong with you.
It was a mistake. It was. I did
timing on my brother. Brother, come back, brother.
Yes, please come back, brother. I did not mean to do that. But anyway, yeah, how is that not a car? Well, okay, I guess because he wasn't held at gunpoint and made to get out of his car, so it's not considered a carjacking. They just stole his car. What?
They jacked his car. They still jacked it.
Yes.
Yeah, and Jennifer, that is my whole thing. She was just rude. She was just
Yes.
so freaking rude. It's like, bro, like, did I call you to have an altercation to get into it with you?
And
Because
that's why
somebody like
Danita
me.
wanted to. Sorry, that's why Danita wanted to play that clip because of how rude. That was her main thing. How rude the dispatcher was.
Did you get to hear it?
Did he?
Okay. Yeah, it was definitely. She was definitely rude. She was definitely rude. And then
Yeah.
yeah, and then he said it took an hour. He called an hour ago, and they still haven't arrived on the scene. Let it
Right.
have been a different type of phone call. Okay, a
Man.
different type of carjacking of the opposite race, a different type of scenery.
And
You know
that
what I'm saying?
disclaimer, we are not racist. Go ahead.
Okay. A different type of scenery, a different type of situation, they probably would have been there faster than an hour. Like, that's just a trip.
She gonna ask him if he filed a police report. Why you think I'm calling 911?
Exactly. And then how am I gonna file a police report before they get on the scene?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Wow, I know. So then you have to get his car back.
He should have had a tracker on it.
I think they did find it like 2 hours later because he knew where it was because his phone was in the car.
Yeah,
it took him a while to take him seriously.
How though?
I don't understand.
Yeah, and yeah, we have to also understand.
That was the worst. That a 911 operator. Well, I would have been like, listen, I don't need a lesson from you. Can you send somebody to get my car? And he was so patient and nice about it. He kept saying, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. And I think she took it too far. It was too much.
Yeah.
My question is, who leaked that 911 call?
How about that?
How did that surface?
Those are made public after a while, aren't they?
I think so too. I think some states they're public. They're available to the public.
Only one that know about that was him.
And they might hold for trial and stuff like that. But as far as like these type of 911 calls, they release them to the public.
Well, he definitely could have asked for it. Like his lawyer could have subpoenaed it, and somebody in his camp could have leaked it.
True that too.
Yeah, because the only one that knew about it was him and the dispatcher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and his entourage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Akon, well, we glad you got your vehicle back and everything worked out in your favor.
Yeah.
Some people don't get they stuff back. Okay.
True
Some
that.
people don't. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell you was in a neighborhood where you out pumping gas and somebody can easily just hop in your car and pull off.
Right.
It just don't make sense to you. It don't make sense to me. And where the hell was you at to where it was that easy for somebody to jump in your car and pull off? I don't know. This don't make sense to me. But anyway, remember last week when we kind of spoke on girl, I forgot that quick. Who was the situation with the hat, Dee?
Oh, Jake Paul and Mayweather.
Okay, yes, the whole Mayweather situation when Jake Paul knocked his hat off his head, and we was talking about how disrespectful it is, and especially to a black man to even touch a black man hat, take a black man hat off his head, let alone knock a hat off his head. Like that is really the ultimate sign of disrespect, and that's really physical intimidation. That's basically saying you ready to fight.
He took it off his head.
And to me, you swung first. When you put your hand on me and touch my hat, you swung first.
Right, exactly. To me, you touch me. That hat is a part of me. You touch me.
He took the hat off his head. He didn't knock it off his head. He actually had it in his hand.
He snatched it off. And to me, that's an even bigger disrespect to us because you punked me in front of all, you challenged my manhood in front of all of these people. Now, that may not be important to them, but it is important to us. And it's their responsibility to learn that about us, not the other way around.
Just like we need to learn about them.
Exactly. We are taught about them all the time. We know everything. We change the way we talk. We change the way we dress to assimilate to them. Who says that's right? Why don't you have to learn to assimilate to me as well?
And don't forget, like in music, they made it to where our music, our people had to cross over, you know,
exactly,
and today they people and stuff like that, and you wasn't really, I guess, accepted mainstream unless you crossed over, and you know, like most definitely. And I'll try to make it about race, but this is just the facts of life, period. Like at the end of the day, it's just the facts of life. But we have another incident with Russell Brook.
Malika, audio.
You're breaking up.
West, and so yeah, another disrespectful.
You're breaking up real bad.
We lost you for a minute.
Say something.
Uh-oh.
Hear me?
Yeah, here now.
There we go.
I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so yeah, I'm about to share this video with a disrespectful fan.
Malika, we lost you again.
And then somebody snapped. They like, oh, look at this angry black man. You know what I'm saying? And they titles and they championships and belts and trophies and career, everything is possibly on the line, you know, because of this stuff. But we're gonna play this quick clip and let y'all see for yourself. Again. Hello?
We're here.
Okay, all right.
It froze.
Cheer, come out and boo, yell all you want. We encourage that.
We missed the whole thing. It's
like it's freezing up.
Freezing.
Stupidity.
I'm gonna have to learn how
to popcorn and.
I'm gonna have to learn how to share screen.
Clearly, we're having technical difficulties, obviously. So, Malika, the problem was you started to break up right before the video, and then the video was jumpy, and then it froze.
No, Beverly, I don't. You're gonna have to remind me when I see you.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Way better. There you go. Okay. Welcome back, darling.
Okay, so explain, because we can't watch the video. You see, we freezing up. So explain exactly what we were seeing in the video, Didi.
So Michael Westbrook, who plays for the Wizards, if I remember correctly, he got injured during the game, and they were taking him off the court to take him back in the locker room to check his injury. And a fan dumped a whole box of popcorn on his head, and he went ballistic. And like 8 or 10 people had to stop him from crawling up in the stands and pummeling this fan. So LeBron James made a comment that this is happening too often, and that the league has to do something about it. So they took away the man's season tickets, and he's banned from the stadium for life.
Good. Oh,
it's good to know that they had his back. It's good to know they had his back because they get out of line. And then that's what we were just talking about last week with the whole Mayweather thing. You got to understand, these are real people. They may be professionals, but they real people, okay? And you can't just be swinging on somebody or knocking the hat off somebody's head or pouring popcorn or spitting on somebody. Like, is you crazy?
Yeah, you can't do that. And people need to learn that. Again, it goes back to now you know. And now a lot of people know because everybody that heard the story now is talking about why did, it was just popcorn or whatever. And then the conversation starts and then the learning starts. And then people now know you can't do that in our culture. It's disrespectful. Don't do that.
There was another incident recently. Oh, DJ Fly knocked out DJ Fly knocked out a heckler at one of the shows. I'm gonna have to bring that up. It'll be old by then, but if I think about it,
Cindy, do you watch the Wizards?
Not really. I don't watch pro basketball until the playoffs, like when there's only 2 teams left, because they just run and gun. They don't really do plays. I like pro football and college basketball. So I really don't know players.
Well, when you played, you were a star basketball player all through our high school years. Would, you feel disrespected? I'm sure you heard boos, and I'm sure you've been in crowds that were disrespectful.
Oh, no, everybody loved me. Psych. Hell, hell yeah. I used to get boos all the time. Especially in college, because I was one of the better players where I went to school at. So, but if anybody would have threw popcorn on me, I might have. Me right now saying it, I would have been ready to fight. Back then, I probably would have been ready to fight. Yeah.
I wouldn't have did nothing. Is y'all surprised? I wouldn't have did nothing about it.
Yeah, you have to.
No, that surprises me. What, Malika? What did you just say again? Right now. Don't just put that out there like that and think I ain't gonna catch you on that one. Please,
I wouldn't have did nothing about it. No, I wouldn't have did nothing about it. Did that surprise y'all about me?
I think that's a crock of bullshit.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Y'all don't believe that?
I don't.
If I was, I consider that to be at work in my professional environment, and somebody threw some popcorn at me, I wouldn't have did anything.
Malika, not telling your business or nothing, but you have a situation going on right now where if you could, you would have crawled into a postal service box and went somewhere and did some damage, and that was just a postal issue. I think you may, if somebody threw something on you, you are definitely not gonna be cool about it.
Oh no!
Oh God!
That was different. They was playing with my money. That was different. Okay, playing with my money, playing with my kids, and playing with my husband, and I think assaulting my intelligence is kind of like my what do you call them? My pet peeves or whatever.
Yeah.
Those are like my pet peeves.
And it does look like disrespect again.
But I think if somebody would have thrown some popcorn at me, I probably would have been like, "What the fuck?" Like, just look crazy. Like,
it was disrespectful
about me. I probably would just look crazy. Like, what the? Where that come from?
It wouldn't have been worth losing your career over because
because when when I'm in my professional state, y'all, I be so humble. I be humble as humble pie.
That's
true.
Unless
you're trying to attack, because I take an attack serious. Now, if it's an attack against my money or an attack against my marriage or an attack against my family, I'm ready to kill. You get what I'm saying? I see red when it comes like that. But when it comes to stuff like that, I think I could, to me, his response, when it happened, he immediately, his reflexes was oh, hell no. He immediately went crazy, was ready to snatch him down off that balcony and fight. And I think that wouldn't have been my reflexes. I think I would have just been damn, really? You know what I'm saying? Oh, really?
Yeah, that's true.
And I would have just probably walked away shaking my head okay. I could just do some
I probably would have turned to go after him, and when somebody would have said it's not worth it, I probably would have turned back around.
Well, it took about 10 people to turn Michael Westbrook around. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
My initial response would have been to go for him, but when somebody would have said, think about your career, think about your family, somebody would have said something that would have stopped me from doing what I wanted to do, to be honest.
Yeah, I probably would have just stood there and cried.
Look, I'm trying not to do a camera slip because my hair is all over my head. I'm getting it done Thursday.
Cynthia, dude, she played crime mob video games for fun. Okay.
Yes.
So I know.
Yes.
I know she gonna be on the attack mode. She gonna be ready to
attack. I'm trying to get my boys to take me to a gun range.
So you saying you would have snapped out, but you would have quickly snapped back in?
Yeah, I would have. My first response would have been, "What the f is wrong with you? I don't play those type of games." But somebody would have said something prayerfully in my entourage. They would have said, "Look, it ain't worth it. You know, you think about your career. You've been in it all this long. They're going to suspend you. If not, put you off the team because that's assault, and you could be arrested for that." But to me, that would have been self-defense because you assaulted me by throwing the popcorn on me. But
and I don't know what else you had to throw on me. It was popcorn then, but next time, is it going to be acid? Is it going to be bleach? Is it going to be something that's going to hurt me? It has to be all or nothing. You don't throw anything at the talent or else you're out of there, period.
Yeah, if it was just
I'm definitely glad the league was pretty much behind the players and they pretty much took away his season pass, because that's what I would have been more for. I would have been more for, like, did y'all see that? Is y'all gonna do something about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been more like upset with them if they didn't handle it, because I have been in situations where I had to deal with people from a professional position that, you know, talked about me, that did stuff, but it wasn't until I started feeling attacked, that attack feeling. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like, now you really attacking me. Now you won't just back off and you attacking me, to where I really kind of like lashed back. But in that type of situation, I think I would have just leaned more towards, okay, how is they gonna handle these crazy fans? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A fan is gonna be a fan. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it would have been different if, you know, he would have literally physically laid hands on me or something, or really tried, like I said, if I feel like somebody trying to attack me or do harm to me, oh yeah, we would have fought. Nobody would have been able to separate. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like, you know, the popcorn, I do kind of feel like, okay, you know, why was you immediate? Like, you must have already been mad because of the game. Right. I bet you they lost that game. I ain't even seen the damn game, and I bet you he lost, because it seemed like to me he was already kind of a little upset, like the game ain't go his way or something. It looked like he was already kind of pissed. That's what it just looked like to me. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know,
I like Westbrook.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you get upset with like popcorn at you, that means you ain't never stepped out into the limelight before. You step out into the limelight, you gonna have tomato, eggs, popcorn, all type of shit thrown at you.
Right, you want your 15 seconds of fame, do you? I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you're gonna get it one way or another, but the other ain't gonna. You're not gonna like the other.
Right.
Yeah, I got 2 gangsters on my team. I love them. And y'all thought I was the gangster. I drop a 1 if y'all thought I was the gangster. If y'all would have thought that I was the gangster out the 2 of them, drop a 1.
And don't try not to hurt her feelings. Don't tell the truth about it.
Don't tell the truth, shame the devil. If y'all think I'm flaking and y'all still think I'm the gangster, drop a 1. Because I'm really not the gangster. These 2 the gangsters. These 2 is the gangsters.
I'm an undercover gangster.
Auntie, Chrissy just told on you. Chrissy just said you was a gangster. Chrissy just told that Diddy is a gangster. We all know that 50 gangster crime mob movies daily. They are the true gangsters, y'all. Okay.
I'm an undercover gangster.
Oh no, you was just busted.
I'm laid back and quiet, and I be on chill mode. I don't bother nobody. I don't mess with nobody unless you mess with me. And like, as far as with YouTube, if anybody says anything to me, I really don't care, because as long as it'll, you know, bother me in my real life and you don't mess with my family and my children, you can come for me all you want to. Just don't bring my family in it, and I'm good.
I'm sure that's how Mike.
Sakina. I have snapped on people coming from one of my YouTubers that I follow, Sakina. She's the only one that I really like go in for. But I don't.
Well, thank you very much.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give them a reason to.
I won't start nothing, but I'll finish it every time.
But it's really nice to know that the only one that Cynthia go hard for is Sakina. Great.
Oh, well, girl, don't play with me.
Diddy, great.
Somebody goes live every day. You already know I'll draw blood for you, girl. Don't play with me.
Girl, you better bust some grapes. You better bust some grapes, no.
And Didi. And I haven't even met you before, so you my sister for real. You my sister.
Thank you. I was gonna say, what am I? Chopped liver? Hello.
You cousin. By default.
Y'all got your own thing going on. I'm just glad to know somebody will bust a grape for me because I would do the same thing. I mean, a whole watermelon, a whole cantaloupe. And I would split that boy in half with my bare hand. I will chop a whole watermelon in half with my hand. Karate chop the hell out of it for you. I swear.
Now I want a fruit salad.
And all I ask is just bust a little grape for me. That's all I ask.
Y'all are making a fruit salad.
You know, I'll make you a whole fruit salad. All I ask is just bust one little grape, and I might need that grape.
Instead of fruit salad.
Okay, but anyway, we gonna move it along. We are tripping today. We having a little fun. We had a little extra time. But Didi, if you want to go into the rapper Metro Mars, and do y'all want me to play that clip? It's actually only 40 seconds. So I actually go ahead and play it.
And there's no audio, so I'll just kind of say what's going on while it's playing.
Oh, okay, great. So I'll go ahead and pull that video up, and we can kind of go into that. So, and Didi, yep, you can give us the commentary. I think we got a quick little commercial, but it's only a 40-second video, so it's not long at all. But it kind of give us the visual of what's actually going on. So let me skip through this ad real quick and then play it. I never even heard of the rapper or the person, but
he's very new. He's very new. I mean, he's still in high school. This is happening at his high school graduation.
Oh, okay.
And he just got a $40,000 advance from the record company.
High school or college?
High school. High school.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was college.
Mm-mm.
So he a fresh rapper, fresh up and coming rapper. Just signed a major deal to a major record label. Just got a $40,000 advance, and this was his high school graduation. So we're gonna go ahead and play it. And Didi, you can walk us through it.
Okay, so this is him taking $10,000 and throwing it into the audience to his classmates. He's got money stuffed in pockets. He's got an apron under there, and he's just slinging money for his classmates into the audience. So, you know, some people do backflips, some people do cartwheels, some people strike a pose. He just got $40,000 and decided to share 10 grand with his friends. The problem is that, as you can see, they're moving him, trying to get him off the stage. And when they finally do get him off the stage, he gets arrested for inciting a riot. A riot that, by the way, never happens. Look at the audience. Everyone is still in their seats. Nobody is running towards us. Look, everybody is still seated. There's no riot. Nobody is going anywhere. And they arrested him for inciting a riot that never happened.
That's crazy.
Okay. What y'all think about that? That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, you know what? You hit a good point, Didi, when you said that normally kids do backflips and act crazy or do something crazy, something dramatic. That was a good point because they do. They do something dramatic. Nowadays, people just do stuff different, especially nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even seen a prom dress, y'all, out this world. Like, this girl looked like a real live walking. Is it a flamingo? Y'all, what's that bird that be spreading the
peacock? Peacock. Is it the peacock?
Peacock. Okay, I seen this girl on Prime Day. She looked like a real live peacock. Okay, like her y'all, I'm not lying when I say her dress spread it out like a damn peacock. Y'all, because that was a sight to see. I said, who could make something like that? Who would have, like, her dress spread it out the back like a straight up peacock? That boy was sharp. But guess what? It was something different. It was so different. Something that our man, we would have never seen back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you know,
back in the day,
he just got 40 grand from his.
let me just say this real quick, Didi. Let me just say this. Prom dresses back in the day, you know, used to come from the department stores. Okay.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the designers is making them look like peacocks. Okay. Things is totally different nowadays, especially with this generation. This is a turned up generation. Do everybody agree? This is a turned up generation. I mean, turned up like the knobs have been turned and adjusted all the way up. Type of generation we in. Okay, and so he just got a $40,000 deal or $40,000 advance. To me, it don't seem off or far-fetched or a bad thing for him to throw some money up. Hell, I wish my child was in the audience. I was like, did you at least get 100?
Well, I mean, that's his version of a backflip or a cartwheel. He can. Yes. He ain't nothing. He's got millions coming. He knows he's got millions coming, and he helped his classmates. It was a good thing that he was doing. He wasn't throwing out drugs or jewelry or, you know, something illicit. He was giving his classmates, sharing his fortune with them. I think it should have been celebrated, but clearly the police officers did not agree.
That was just his way of turning up.
Yeah, hopefully they released him, you know, and dropped the charges and stuff. I think that might have been just a thing to warn, like a warning for people not to do it in the future, something maybe like that. Something like that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Cindy. I forgot to say that they did end up dropping the charges, and they just gave him a citation. They gave him a ticket. It was still inciting a riot, but he just ended up getting a ticket for it. But I forgot about that because I guess I was just remembering the image of him being arrested at all. You know, nobody went back on stage and told his classmates, oh, by the way, we dropped the charges. You know, they're thinking he's in jail somewhere. Are they beating him? Are they killing him? You know, right. So for them to go through the whole handcuffing him in front of his classmates and throwing him into a police car and all of that. It was
hold on, Didi. They handcuffed him on graduation day and all that stuff, like immediately after he walked off the stage, they arrested him.
Absolutely. When he came off the stage, the police handcuffed him and took him. And the funny thing, the ironic thing about that was the sight of him being put in handcuffs almost did start a riot. The audience,
they were mad, yeah.
So it was ironic that in the end, they let him go and gave him a ticket for inciting a riot that never happened.
So he never even spent overnight in jail.
Probably not.
No, I don't think I think he may have even not left in the police car. I don't recall seeing anything about where he actually got to jail.
Yeah, I agree with Chrissy. It could have started something, but it didn't. So they went a lot too far with that. Yeah. Not too far with that.
Well, you know, I kind of think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And when you look into the audience, you could definitely see that it wasn't a riot, you know, or enticing a riot. You know, nobody was bumping heads.
Really get up.
Nobody was bumping heads, running over each other, knocking each other down, trying to get to the money. So my whole thing is like, okay, if he got away with it, just pull him over. Like, that wasn't cool. Don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? And kind of let it go at that, like that. But at the end of the day, I just think that, like Didi said, that him being arrested could have actually excited a riot, or, you know, it just could have turned out a lot worse. So thank God it didn't turn out a lot worse, and he enjoyed his graduation day. He still made it to the end. But I will say, you know, he needs to be careful going into that industry. Always be careful. You know what I'm saying? You got your high school degrees. Your high school, degrees. Still go to college. Still, you know, take it to the next level and have a degree under your belt. You know, because the music industry is a mug. And
that's why I'm like with Christopher. I'm like, just, you know, because he's talking about going to California, and I'm gonna have, when he drops his next single, I'm gonna have him and my cousin on here to promote their, if it's okay with you, because I didn't email you about it, but I'm gonna have them showcase their T-shirts and their masks that they have. My son has masks as well, He's got hats, T-shirts, and my little cousin's doing hoodies. And I've got to order my spandex. I'm gonna be the first one with spandex, and it's gonna be some of the shirts that he's got are like exclusives, like you'll be the only one that has it. But I don't want to get into that too much because I'm getting ready to go off task and do one of my squirrel moves. So I need to stay focused. I caught myself, Dee.
that girl talked and checked herself real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
She checked herself real quick. But, no, the next topic we was gonna talk about. I'm actually trying to find it because we not gonna we don't really have too much time. We got a couple videos that we gonna play, so we have to like kind of narrow down which ones we gonna play and which ones we not. But the next topic that we wanted to talk about was the transgenders in female sports, and what did y'all think about that? So this was one of Dee interesting topics, so I'll let you go ahead and talk us into it.
Hold on 1 second, Dee. I'm so sorry. Hold on for 1 second.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank the chat for your participation. I'm loving it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for coming. Don't forget hit the like and subscribe. But y'all are awesome. I love the participation. Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I wanted to just give a shout out to my mom real quick. She's listening. Just turned 86 on Monday. Thanking God she's still here with us. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about.
Before you get off into it, I had to pull his topic, his Antoine Miles' response came in kind of late, but before we go into the next topic, I wanted to bring that back up because he kind of playing devil's advocate a little bit, and I'm loving it. And what he's saying is making so much sense. So what he basically said, I'm gonna pull it up again for you guys, and I wanted to go ahead before we moved on, Dee, if you don't mind, to let what he said be heard, So he said where he was on a property, he should have done it off their grounds, and thing would have been cool. You can't do what you want on somebody else's property.
That's an excellent point.
That was an excellent point.
Yeah.
So I had no choice but to bring that up. I had no choice to bring that because that was an excellent point. And you absolutely right. You cannot do what you want on other people ground, other people. And especially these kids have to learn too, kind of jumping on the side with you, Antoine Miles. These kids got to learn too professionalism and how to be professional in professional environments. You can't be turned up 24/7 in any type of environment. You know what I'm saying? And that was more of a professional type of environment. This is graduation day. But yeah, like Didi said too, it's not a rap concert. But like Didi said too, at the end, people do flips and they do stuff like that. I've been to graduations where when they called their name, they might have did a backwards flip or something like that. So people have done that. They have. And so I guess thinking in his mind, this is my way of acting out. So that's why I kind of agree on their side too, because in his mind, this is my way of turning up when I get that, because I've been in school for 12 years. So when they call my name and I get that paper, this is my way of turning up. But like you said, I definitely had to pull your point up because that is a good point. Our kids need to understand too that stuff like that can get you arrested. Stuff like that can blow things up to out of proportion. So that was an excellent point you made. I wanted to go ahead and bring that up and share that with everybody. But I'm sorry, Didi, you can go ahead and move on, honey.
Yeah, but like Chrissy said, they are kids too, though.
They are still kids.
But you have kids. And are they being taught?
They are, but see, they are kids, but they are also adults, because on graduation day, that's one thing that they want to install in them. Like when you leave here, you go into the real world. You go into the adulthood. You're not a kid no more. You are an adult. And so it's kind of like they kids, but at the same time, they adults too.
Are they being taught that stuff? Are they being taught? School doesn't prepare them for real life at all. I'm a teacher, I'll tell you that. Half the crap that they have to learn and stuff, if you use it, you lose it type of thing. Some of it, they'll never see it again. Some of it, they'll be like on tests for different jobs and stuff, like the sequence of numbers. Some things I just didn't get. I stopped at pre-algebra when I saw the alphabet in the in math. I was like, I'm done.
You like, this ain't supposed to be here. What's going on?
But I'm getting ready to learn it through the PACES, the system that my school does. I'm gonna teach myself algebra.
Yeah, but I think that kids, are gonna be kids. I think he was, there's valid points on both sides. My only beef was he got arrested for something that didn't happen. If somebody shoots a gun in the air and nobody gets hit by the bullet, you can't say, well, somebody could have died, so you're going to jail. I mean, there was no riot. That's not what happened. So he can't, I don't think he should have been charged with it.
They shouldn't have did it right there when he got off the stage either. Like you said, that could have been worse.
Yeah, well, we just really going back and repeating everything else. It was good to have a different perspective on it, which is the reason why I wanted to go ahead and pull up what Ask My Mouth. Yeah, that was a great perspective and a great, and just teaching them not to, or not really. If you do act crazy, boy, you better expect it. They might say something to your butt. They might not give you that certificate. They might, something, But the pros and cons to turning up. That's all. But it was good to have your perspective on it, Antoine Miles. I'm gonna let Dee go ahead and walk us into the next topic. Go ahead, Dee.
Okay, so there is a lot of talk and discussion and back and forth about whether transgender athletes should be able to compete in the field that their gender that they relate to. So if a man is assigned male at birth and he transitions into a woman, should she be able at that point participate in female sports? Now, just a couple quick things that I think might be questions that people want to know right away is, one, when you transition from male to female, you are given estrogen, which is produced naturally in women's bodies. You are also given a testosterone blocker, which stops you from producing testosterone while you're getting the estrogen. The opposite is true for someone who transitions from female to male. So my belief, I'm on the fence really a lot, and I talk to a lot of people about this, and I think it comes down to, when is a transgender person the sex that they relate to, the gender that they believe that they really are? When does that happen? I asked someone in the trans community, and I said to them, if a big busky man with beard and mustache comes to you and says, yes, I look like this, but I'm a woman on the inside, does the trans community at that point decide that that person is female? And in her opinion, the answer was yes. So it's
the trans community make the rules.
Well, no. I just think because the question is, when are you when are you actually a female? At what point during the transition are you a female? And then at that point, you can compete with female athletes. Okay, discuss.
I think you never a female if you was born.
Surprise, surprise. Wow, I am so shocked. I really didn't think you were going to say that.
Yeah, I think whatever the hell you was born, that's what you are to the day you die. Period, point blank. No, moving on to the next person. I don't care what you put on. If I look, this is just my outlook. Okay, if I was to bleach my skin today and y'all look at me, I got an actual picture. I might share with y'all where I look like the Black Lil' Kim. And it was a filter.
The Black Lil' Kim.
He said a Black Kim.
The black one. Remember when Lil' Kim was black? No, I think it was the filter that I used. That looked like the Black Lil' Kim. But then I also got another filter on there where it gave like the white Lil' Kim, right? So listen, I don't care what filter I use. I don't care what bleach products. I don't give a dang. I'm still a black woman at the end of the day. I am still a black woman. I don't care how you see me. I don't care what title I put on me. I don't care what I tell you I want to be acknowledged as. I am still, if I say no, today I'm going to be a white woman, Cindy, and I need you to respect that. Cindy could say, okay, I respect the fact that Malika just want to be a white woman today. I respect it. I don't understand it, but if she want to go white, I respect it. Okay, but that do not negate the fact that I'm a black woman, 100%, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's don't kill me, y'all. Don't kill me.
And
That's
we are
just
not homophobics, as disclaimer.
Okay, so how about this? It's a kind of graphic example, but I think it may, because like I said, I talked to a lot of people. This kind of how it feels for them. You guys, we have lived as women all our lives. If tomorrow we woke up and we have female, you would still say, I don't care what that is. I'm a woman. I know I'm a woman. I have been a woman my whole life. I think the chromosomes and whatever chemicals create this makes it so that they in their brains are something that their body is not. I think that must be torture. That must be agony. I wouldn't know what to do with that thing once it got there. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to look at it.
Yeah, I hear what Chrissy's saying too. I would find offense though. I would be offended as a woman in sports playing up against a transgender who was born a male, because I would, yeah, I would feel offended myself. Like I would feel that it would be unfair. Like I would want to offend you, but at the same time, I still don't feel like it's equal, because regardless to what, you transitioning, regardless to that, at the end of the day, you still had a strength, the manpower, the masculinity of a man.
Even if you have estrogen, that's what I was talking to Dee
Even with estrogen.
Hey.
Even with estrogen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but knowing that testosterone is the thing that makes men stronger than women, right?
I don't think that they lose their strength, though. I mean, I know that they're getting estrogen, but they're
getting testosterone blockers. So they're
but
not.
they still have the testosterone that they had before. Must be more of a question. Once they have the blockers, do they still have the testosterone that they had up until that point, or does that disappear?
Does what disappear?
The testosterone that they had.
Yes. The testosterone blocker that they take along with the estrogen stops their body from producing testosterone. Now, here's the question. Women produce some testosterone naturally. Women who are born women and, defined as women are born, sometimes produce testosterone. Does that mean that we should, not let them compete either?
No, because I still think with them, they still have natural strength, greater than than female. You know what I'm saying? Like still naturally they stronger than a woman. So Antoine Miles made a good point, y'all. I'll put it up again. He said, let men compete with men, and this is where I'm at with it too. Women compete with women, transgender compete with transgender. At this point, since it's nothing you can do about the transgender community. Okay, They are here. They made a statement. They here. They know, whatever the case may be. Why not just have a whole separate division for transgender sports?
That's what I was going to say before he put that up there, and Chrissy. Just like they have, and no, I'm not talking down on people that are in Special Olympics or disabilities or stuff. Just like they have separate Olympics for them, let them have separate, or like Chrissy said, different categories where the transgenders can go against other transgenders.
Yeah, but the disabled people are not blocked from being in the regular Olympics. They can compete in the regular Olympics if they can get the scores and whatever to qualify. They're not banned from competing in the Olympics.
Well, I'm not saying necessarily. I mean, I guess it would be banned. I don't think it would be banning. I'm just saying to be fair, because when I was playing basketball, had I come up against I played with guys, so this squirrel. Okay, when I was in college, I played with guys in high school because it made me better, it made me stronger. But if I were in like I said, no homophobic, there were lesbians that played basketball when I was in high school and in college, and they were a lot stronger than the non-lesbian females. And I can't say that it made it unfair, but I just don't think that I don't want to go into a bathroom.
It wasn't unfair, Cindy, because they was all women at the end of the day.
Yeah,
they were still a woman.
True. But I'm just saying, as far as the strength part of it, I just think that they should be in a different category.
Well, that's good. That leads me to my next question. What about the other way around? What if a woman who was specified female at birth and then transitioned into a man? Should that man be able to compete with the men in the Olympics?
No, because I don't want him to hit her on her titties.
Oh, Malika. Oh,
huh? I'm sorry, because she still got titties, right? I'm sorry. Do she not have titties? No.
I gotta be.
I'm sorry. Does she not have titties no more? I'm just saying.
No,
she's still a woman.
No, he doesn't. By then, he has had his breast removed. He has probably had, other kind of surgery in other places. The estrogen.
Okay, well, where his titties used to be.
Malika, I gotta mute. I gotta mute. Oh my
God. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just saying. I would think it would hurt, even if the titties not there no more. This
I would be afraid. I would be afraid.
Okay, let's just say they was playing football or something. I would still think a bump to that area, even where the titties was supposed to be. I would still think that area is sensitive, and it might hurt.
Oh my God!
Am I wrong?
I think that if I was playing basketball with a male transitioning, even if he, wait a minute, might be backwards. If he still had his genitals and stuff, I would be afraid of hitting them down there. That's still gonna
hurt. No, you're misunderstanding.
I'm trying to be good.
No, listen, these athletes, you're misunderstanding. These athletes are fully transitioned into the sex that they, relate to. So the woman that would be competing has had reconstructive surgery, top to bottom, estrogen, testosterone blocker. A male who's transitioning to a woman has probably had a double mastectomy, has had his privates removed, and as taking estrogen and testosterone blockers so that the hair falls off. They sometimes
I get what you're saying. They completely transition. And so with the male Didi, I think okay, maybe so. With the female, I think the titty spot is still probably sensitive. Even if they removed.
Oh God!
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just think they're still probably sensitive. And she get her butt knocked out on that football field. She don't wake up and remember she's really a female at the end of the day. I don't know, but I'm just not against it. I'm just more stay in your lane. Like stay in your lane because men are a little bit naturally more aggressive and stronger. So I'm kind of like, myself personally, I would like if I had a cousin or somebody I care about and she completely transitioned into a boy, everything I'm saying to y'all, I will be on the phone telling her, like, girl, you ain't worried about the space where your titties used to be. You're not worried about that. Like,
oh my God. Oh my God. Do not write to me, people. That is Malika. Don't send me no emails. Don't call me. That is Malika.
I already put the disclaimer out.
Okay, one more.
I'll be honest though, like this is what I would say to her. Like, don't do it, girl. Like that. Okay, y'all. Let me just ask y'all a question. Is that area not still sensitive? Or y'all, or am I wrong? Like, the area is still not sensitive?
No, I don't think it is, because I think everything that would have made it sensitive has been removed, and probably some kind of implants to make like pecs and to make the chest more structured. Sometimes they do that. So the things that would make that area sensitive are gone. It's a legitimate question. We laugh, but it is.
Okay. So the sensitive areas, not the sensitive areas go, because I didn't understand that. I don't know transgender. Y'all don't talk about me. I don't know transgender people. I don't know if the area was still sensitive. Okay, so putting it like that then, and she want to take her big butt out there and be manly and compete with the men, and she ain't got no sensitive spots like we got on her body that prevent her from ever, if she decided to be a woman again, going back to be. I'm just saying, like, if that's the case, if you want to, baby, just enjoy, have fun. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, have fun, be careful. What the hell? That's
just like Chrissy's saying, phantom breast. Just like when somebody gets a leg amputated, you still feel the pain even though the leg's not there. How would that be different with breasts?
Because they were removed. Because the area with the phantom thing, with the breaking, with the leg thing, is a different part of the body that you still have nerve endings going up that leg. The breast, anything that would have transmitted that feeling to the brain is removed when you remove the breast.
But how can you still have pain going up the leg if the leg's not there?
Because the leg is the part that sends the signals, the pain to the brain, is still there. Because the rest of your leg, your whole leg has those nerve endings, and all of that stuff goes all the way up to your, to your spine. But breasts are not, they're just flesh. They're not really anything that could, in the round part. The areola is the most sensitive part, and that gets removed. I'm uncomfortable.
Well, we just spent a lot of time talking about titties. We spent a lot of time. I didn't think that this conversation was going to even last this long.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Titty Show.
Okay, this was supposed to be a short interlude into our next topic, our next segment, but we kind of spent a lot of time talking on, but I'm glad that we kind of touched on transgender, because it was something that I wanted to bring up. I probably should have talked about it earlier, but forgot. Y'all know this is supposed to be the Gay Pride Month. June is the Gay Pride Month. I don't know when they established that, like what year was it established? Who voted on this? Huh?
I think it was Clinton, if I'm not. I don't quote me, but I think it was Clinton that did it.
Okay, yeah, and I don't know who voted on this. I mean, I'm just saying, it sprang up on me one day. I don't know about y'all. It just sprang up on me one day. That the whole month of June was Gay Pride Month. But anyway, so Little Nas X, whatever his name is, the satanic gay dude, or the gay dude that enjoys doing satanic art. I'll say the gay dude that enjoys. Let me just say this: the gay dude that enjoys doing satanic art. I wanted to put out to say that, because some people see what he's doing as just a form of art and him not being satanic. So me trying to just leave my personal opinion out and just try to present the facts, I'm just gonna say a homosexual guy in the entertainment industry who likes doing satanic art and making deals with the devil. Anyway, so Lil Nas X here for Gay Pride Month. In case y'all want to touch on this, what he's going to do is he's going to have sex with 100 fans. Did y'all hear about that?
With 100 what?
He's going with 100 of his fans.
At one time?
No, not at one time, babe. For the whole month of Gay Pride Month, he's going to be selecting 100 fans for the whole month of June to have sex with.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all heard that. So. Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard about that. So for Gay Pride Month, he kind of put it out there. He put a tweet and said, for Gay Pride Month, I'll be having sex with 100 fans. And I think he meant the literal, and so I just wanted to kind of throw that out there and, hear y'all opinions, what y'all think about that, because I think it's going to be, and this is mine real quick. I think that what he's showing us, if this is real, that it would be a definitely high rise of HIV coming back. Remember when we had that big what do you call it? Like just explosion of HIV. What do you call it? Like when it just came like a real big explosion of HIV, and it was like a big thing where the numbers was up or whatever, and then they start coming up with all of this different, things, drugs, all
like
these different over the counter stuff. Yeah, all this different stuff, and and you kind of didn't really hear about it no more, because I know when I was growing up, let me just say this real quick and I'm done. When I was growing up in 1980, they had a lot of HIV commercials. Remember with the Skeleton Man with the Grand Reaper and stuff, the commercials and stuff.
Body part.
Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about if y'all grew up during that time. And and it was such a big deal at that time because it was a big outspursion of it, or whatever the hell you call it,
Outbreak.
Outbreak of it, or whatever the case may be. So they kind of put it out there and they talked about it, and then we saw the commercials, and every time you turn it to TV, the commercials was on, the HIV commercials, stuff like that. So I don't know, I just feel like he was dead ass serious, but I also feel like, and a lot of transgenders now is more, a lot of transgenders follow Lil Nas X, and not only that, a lot of them are freely, not everybody, but are freely when it comes to sex and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why I just see in the future of it being like a big HIV outbreak like before. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, and if it happened, I spoke on it. Remember, I spoke on it. Remember this time, this day that I spoke on it, and I told y'all I saw it coming. But that's just my opinion. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and speak on it.
That's just weird. He's something's wrong with him. He's definitely demonic. He definitely has sold himself to the devil. Anybody that makes a video twerking with the devil, I have concerns about that. I didn't watch the video. Somebody told me I didn't want to see it. I believed them.
That was me.
Yeah, I refused to watch it. But blood shoes and all this other craziness that he's doing, I think that he's just gone.
Okay, well, here's what's interesting to me. I'm going to disagree and agree with you, Malika. I think he is disgusting. I think he is definitely demonic, but I don't think that has anything to do with him being gay. If a heterosexual guy said that he was going to have sex with 100 fans in a month, that would be gross, and guarantee you that also would spread HIV and other nasty things. I don't think the gay community deserves to have Lil Nas X as some kind of spokesperson or role model or some idea of what they are, because I promise you, he is the exception, not the rule.
I have not yet met a gay man. I'm not disengaged. I'm just keeping it 1,000 and going back experiencing from what I've seen. I have not met a gay guy so far, and I got maybe 2 of them on my friend list, and I can screenshot y'all if y'all don't believe me. But I have not met none yet that wasn't really flamboyant with their stuff and their sexuality and stuff like that. And out there, like my gay people on social media, the people I follow, the people that I knew, when I tell you, like, they would do stripping videos and stuff, it's like, dang, is this even presentable on Facebook? Like they will put their body out there, baby. But I'm not just saying it about everybody. I'm just saying a lot of them are flamboyant when it comes to, and they are free when it comes to, their sexuality and sex in general. And I also feel like this is not like the Eazy-E type of situation where Eazy-E was sleeping with different women. Eazy-E, a heterosexual man who was sleeping with different women. And I know it's a conspiracy about him getting AIDS another way. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, let's just say he did get AIDS through one of his partners. Or let's just say whatever the case may be. So it's not like the Eazy-E situation where you got a heterosexual man having different sex with different women. What we're talking about here is a small community of people, not just people in the world, but a small community of people in the LGBT, a small community of people, okay, who can possibly spread this thing, You know, and I'm talking about to where it actually become another big outbreak like we had back in the day. And back in the day, they were saying that it started from heterosexual relationships, you know, and that was like a big, you know, and I'm talking about far as like, so it's not like the thing where Eazy-E supposedly had slept with a lot of people and was sleeping with his fans and yada yada yada, but we're talking about a small community of people who freely have sex, who kind of free, who, and you know, and who enjoy it and who flamboyant with it, you know, and so my whole thing is be protective if you gonna do it. Be protective because now then you got, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying the community, the LGBT community is one sector of the world. It's a small community of people.
Yeah, but Magic Johnson got it, and he's a heterosexual.
Okay, and we ain't hear about a whole bunch of people going down with him. We ain't hear about nobody going down with him. We ain't hear about a bunch of people going down with him. But I'm talking about in the homosexual community, because AIDS is HIV is so, what can I say? What is the word I'm looking for?
Rampant.
Yeah. Okay. In that community, to have sex with 100 people, fans in the LGBT community, and for them fans to have sex with other fans, and them fans to have sex with other friends, and they friends having sex with other friends. Then you got people down low brothers. Okay, you got people, husbands out there down low sleeping with a transgender. Then you got other people sleeping with transgender. Now we got an outbreak. It's all I'm trying to say. Like now we got a problem. Roger, that's the way I see it. That's just,
breathe,
Malika,
breathe.
But sometimes I don't laugh at anything, but sometimes you just gotta make like, you know, you just gotta laugh. But yeah, I just feel like at that point we got a problem, Roger. We got a problem. Like, kind of slow down. You know, if you're gonna be a woman, you're gonna transgender into a woman, you ain't automatically gotta be out there throwing it back. See, we all don't do that.
Right, and see, a lot of aren't even scared now because they have so much medicine where it's so that it can't be detected. But they also, because I looked into that, I'm like, okay, it can't be detected, so they're going to be spreading it. But I heard in the commercial, and when I was looking into it, that it cannot be detected, and if it can't be detected, it can't be spread. So they basically have medicine now where it can't be spread. But I don't know, like,
and I know one of my
medication.
Okay, I'm just gonna say one more thing. I just want to say one more thing, and then we can do whatever you want to do. I have probably, I can't even count how many homosexual friends I have. Thousands of friends, I'm sure, who are homosexual. And it wouldn't be right for me to not at least say there is no link to promiscuity and homosexuality. As a matter of fact, homosexuals have the lowest rate of divorce. I think it's like half of what heterosexual marriages are. There is no doubt.
They're not even equal. They're not even equivalent to heterosexual marriages. So they should have the lowest rate.
No, but
see, I heard that they have a higher rate back when they were talking about marriage.
No, it is much lower than the heterosexual rate. It is much lower. And there's no data that shows that homosexuals are any more promiscuous than heterosexuals. And one more thing, and then I'm done. HIV and AIDS is not a heterosexual disease. If it was, then only heterosexuals would get it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that y'all took what I said like that, because I really didn't mean to make it seem as if it was only a homosexual type of thing.
No,
I didn't mean
no,
to. We were talking about let me just say this. We was talking about a homosexual artist.
Right.
That was we was talking about a homosexual artist that was talking about having 100 sex with 100 fans. And I'm talking about
disgusting. Yeah.
And I'm talking about, and I'm saying that I see an outbreak of HIV, and I see an outbreak coming to HIV because of people like him. And whether men or women or whatever, down low, whatever the case may be, people that just don't care about sex or just flamboyantly have sex as if it's nothing. I'm not talking about the one. Okay, let me just put my disclaimer out there. Any transgender that's listening and you walk in integrity, baby, and you walk in, you classy with your stuff, this is not for you. Nothing I said was for you. I'm talking about these people that's flamboyantly out there sharing their goods and their stuff, you know, and really speaking about the gay community because of the person that said it is a gay artist and all his fans basically is from the gay community. So I'm just like, if you know, if this is the case, and this is something that he actually talking about doing for gay pride, and this is something that they kind of like spark up because a lot of these people are influencers. So this is the reason why I wanted to kind of bring this up too, because they are influencers. And if this is something that they spark up for the month of June, you know, let's have crazy sex for the month of June. Let's, you know, and I'm just saying, like at that, I would see an outbreak of HIV.
Yeah,
and,
but
and
he's
not
the
just
only one
not even just
that.
HIV, all type of diseases. But my prophetic part of me is saying HIV. You know what I'm saying? Like my prophetic part of me is saying, if you're gonna see another outbreak like back in the day when it come to HIV, if they don't really get a grip, you know, and I'm not talking about everybody. Again, I'm just saying.
Right. Got you.
Okay, I had to put that out there because I don't want nobody, and even the people that follow me, I do have gay people that follow me and transgenders that follow me. So I don't want to put it out there to nobody. And I'm talking, and I do have some people that kind of do go a little bit overboard. And they know. I say it to them, and I have to block them. Not really block them, but you know,
Yeah,
like
nobody that knows you will take offense by what you said. Everybody knows you have a good heart. You're a decent person. You don't hate or dislike anybody for any superficial reason. No, everybody that knows you knows that. You don't owe anybody any explanation.
And then I don't want no newcomers coming along thinking too, just because, you know what I'm saying? You just don't know how. And then sometimes you can mean a certain thing, but just it come off wrong. So
it's
with me a lot.
The wrong way.
Well, yeah, y'all notice that with me a lot. Like I have in my mind, it might be saying one thing, with that time it make it out of my mouth. Oh baby, I done really messed up. It's time to mute. I'm gonna let y'all.
What's the next story? It's my turn yet. Didi, did you have any more, Bo?
Did I have any more? What?
I think that we passed the.
Yeah, the one about
we got stories.
The tennis player or whatever. Hey Fresh.
Hey Fresh, we got stories. Cynthia, well, I want to go
ahead.
I
have two that I wanted to share too, though.
No, you go ahead. I was gonna let you. Nashville police officer Andrew Delkey. Did you want to go ahead and talk about that?
Okay. Yeah. So, I sent you.
I got a 2-minute video.
Y'all hang in for 2 minutes. This is important.
Okay, so yeah, moving along, we're gonna go ahead and now because we in the second half and we getting ready to close out the show, we're gonna kind of share more sensitive information. I'm getting ready to pull up a 2-minute video. It only take 2 minutes for y'all to watch this video. And so this is the Nashville police officer Andrew Delkey charged with murder of Daniel Hambrick.
It happened in 2018.
The actual murder.
Okay.
Officer Andrew Delkey and Daniel Hambrick crossed paths for the first time on July 26, 2018. But only one of these men would walk away alive. The fatal encounter began on the streets of North Nashville. Officer Delkey was on patrol, searching for a stolen vehicle. At some point, while Hambrick pulled inside an apartment complex and took off, allegedly armed with a gun, surveillance video shows the men, both 25 years old at the time, in a full sprint. They round a corner, and then you see Officer Delkey stop, plant his feet, and fire at Hambrick as he runs away. Hambrick falls and never gets back up. According to reports, Hambrick was hit 3 times, twice in the back and once in the back of the head. City officials forced to respond as community outcry intensified.
On the front end, we are doing the absolute best we can as a community when it comes to policing.
The district attorney releasing video of the shooting, hoping its bid to be transparent will build trust with the Black community.
The police officer fired 4 times. 3 of those bullets ripped Daniel apart.
But the move is a little solace for Hambrick's grieving family.
My daughter is now thinking that the police is the enemy.
According to a warrant, Officer Delkey said he saw Hambrick holding a gun and that Hambrick didn't comply with verbal commands. Despite his claims, prosecutors filed charges shortly after the release of the video. Hambrick's family faced Delkey during a pretrial hearing. Defense attorneys suggesting Delkey was simply following police practice from the moment he squared his feet and pulled the trigger.
He's doing what he's taught to do, that this is the most serious thing the police do. And if they have to use deadly force, they want to hit what they're aiming at.
But the prosecution countered, questioning the witness about Delkey's decision to use deadly force.
You're in agreement with me that that was the decision that he made?
I'm in agreement he made the decision because the subject had a gun in his hand and wouldn't follow directions to put it down.
The judge ruled the case should go to a grand jury.
Mr. Delkey, is there anything you want to say to the family?
And in January 2019, Officer Andrew Delkey was indicted for first-degree murder.
Her son is gone for no reason.
For now, Officer Andrew Delkey remains decommissioned, free on bond, and facing the possibility of life behind bars if he's convicted.
Okay, let's take a look. We've got a trial date, folks. This summer, July 12th. July 12th, Tennessee versus Andrew Delkey. We'll continue to give you updates as we get closer and closer to that trial date.
Okay, my question, I have a question after I talk about it, but I think the video said just about everything I was going to say. I think that police officers need to be, hi Alan, how are you? I think that the police should be trained now to disable a person instead of killing them. If a person's running away from you and it said alleged gun, I haven't heard if he really had a gun or not. That was never brought up in the video. I haven't seen any information on that. Right now, I'm not reading the chat anymore because I'll get distracted. But I will look after I talk. Why not shoot him in the foot or in the, well, not the foot, in the leg or in the arm? Why do they have to shoot to kill if the subject is running away? If the subject's running away, they're no longer a threat, in my opinion. And I don't understand why it took a whole year for him to be indicted. And it was because of the people being so upset about all the killings of the Black people, and they were in the uproar and, you know, protesting and stuff that made them finally indict him. But he is free on bond. He's been decommissioned. The trial starts, as you heard, on July 12th. My thing is, do you think he should have shot him if he had a gun? They never said if he did or not. But do you think that they should have shot 3 times in the back? I mean, shot twice in the back and then once in the head for running away, even if he had a gun, which, like I said, they haven't said whether or not he had one or not. So that's my question I posed to you guys in the chat. Stay for a while, Alan. I'm back to reading the chat. Exactly, Chrissy.
I am just so desensitized, I think, by this that I can't even muster the hope for the trial or for anything, because I can't understand why, if you're being trained, and police officers apparently have to take a shooting test every 6 months or something, why those tests can't be designed to disable a person and not kill them. You know, I don't understand why, you know, it can't be that. To me, even the police would benefit for that. You know, now you've made an arrest and not a killing. And I think that's what your ultimate goal is, unless, of course, you're racist, and shooting someone in the back is exactly what you want to do. Or maybe we could have, Black people go and get guns and we ought to be able to shoot back. I mean, I don't know what is left to say that will make people understand, especially people who can make a difference, understand what a plague this is on our community. They just don't believe it's a problem. If they did, it wouldn't be happening.
Yeah. I feel the same way y'all feel. I'm desensitized and I'm tired of talking about these situations at the end of the day. I mean, but I don't want to sound insensitive. It's just like another story, another day, another story. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel for the family, I feel for the victim. But yeah, I get tired of talk, and it's like and y'all remember it was like a every week thing. Every week we would find these stories and we was trying to avoid them. We was trying to avoid them. We was like, we don't want to always have to deliver sad news and do commentary on sad news and stuff like that. But every week it was a police killing.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
That we had to cover and stuff. And, you know, it's just a real sad situation. And, yeah, I'm kind of like you, Didi. I'm desensitized by the whole thing. You know, I don't think nothing justifies killing somebody, an unarmed person, period.
There should be a higher, you know, if I shoot your brother, I'm going to get a certain amount of time. If I kill a cop, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. And I'm not even saying that's wrong, but that kind of elevation should have to go both ways. You should have to be worthy of that kind of juxtaposition between my brother and you. If you are more valuable than my brother, according to the justice system, then you should be above reproach for anything that you do. That should not empower you to be worse. It should empower you to be better because people have that expectation of you.
Fresh, they don't do psychiatric training when they don't have to go through psychiatric training before they become police officers.
I think they just have to take it when I think it just in order to be a police officer, and then after a shooting. You have to meet with the therapist after a shooting, but I don't know if that's nationwide. That may depend on the state and the city and the station. But I know on Law and Order, if you shoot somebody, you got to go see Dr. Wong.
He's so silly. But yeah, I don't agree with it. I mean, if it's a stolen car. Okay, I understand that you're scared to go to jail. You have a gun. Our people have, I mean, I'm on the fence with it. I understand we're scared because whether we're in compliance or not, we could still die. But you know for a fact, if you run, you have a 95% chance of being shot. I go back to the video of the white dudes, again, though I'm not racist, driving down the highway with the cop with his arm stuck in his window. And he's driving down with all these police around, driving down the highway with the cop hanging out of the window. The guy takes the cop's hammer or whatever, baton, and is banging his hand while it's stuck in the window, yet he lives to be put in handcuffs.
Yeah, they had the video of the guy that they saw had a gun in the truck. He was out of the car. He managed to get back into the car and drive off. And they knew he had a gun. The cop was pleading with him. Please, dude, please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this, dude. Please, dude, don't make me do this, over and over until the guy drove off.
Right. It's just the double standard. The double standard and the way things are. Thank God for this generation because they're starting to be out there more than we are because they're like, we're not taking this crap anymore. This is not what we're going to do. This is not what we're about, you know. And I said, if majority of these white supremacists took blood DNA tests, that probably 80% of them have black in them somewhere.
This is the Django generation.
Huh?
I said, this is the Django generation.
Oh, man.
You remember that movie, The Django?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
This is the Django, fight back. Where you have it at stuff?
I'm saying that was the one movie where you could root for the slave and you knew you was going to win. That was so awesome.
Fresh, you can speak freely, sweetheart. We don't censor anybody as long as it's not disrespectful. Give your opinion. That's what we like.
Yeah, Cynthia might
opinion.
time you out though.
Not on purpose.
If she do, she'll mean no harm. She just got some
they
trigger
already
fingers.
know me, girl. They're from.
She got trigger fingers.
These are some of my friends from chats and stuff. But yes.
Go to the gun range.
Speak your mind, baby. Speak your mind. But it gives me hope a little bit because I mean, I don't know how they switch stuff up, what the laws are, wherever it happened at, but you know, the George Floyd gave me like a little flicker of hope that we're going to start having more police officers convicted of some of the stuff that they're doing because the people, some of the world is waking up to see exactly what's going on because of social media. The stuff's been going on, of course, since forever, and until you see it for yourself. Because I don't think if there was videotape of George Floyd, I don't think Chavez would have been
absolutely
convicted.
yeah, absolutely right.
Not.
Absolutely right.
We all agree. I think we can all
yeah.
Okay, so what is?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Malika.
What is the news with Ronald Green, you guys? Because we kind of running out of time. So let's go ahead since we already speaking about since we already on this subject right here. And we don't have enough time to actually play the video. The video is 12 minutes long. So you guys can just go ahead and do a breakdown on that and kind of incorporate that into what y'all was saying. That's all.
Okay, I had some timestamps, but it is too long to get into it.
Well, we can do the timestamps if you want to, because we'll go over like an extra 10 minutes because we started kind of late. So we can do the timestamps if you want to. We can do that. That's even better. If you want to take me directly to the timestamps, that's even better. We can do that.
All right, start off at 45 seconds.
Okay, so let me go ahead and find it and get everything together, and y'all can kind of be freely. Oh, I'm already there.
Tell her the second one too, Cindy, so you don't have to talk in the middle of it. What's the second timestamp?
5:12 the first one's 45 seconds to 1:45. It's 1 minute.
Okay, you told me to start at 48.
I'm sorry, 45.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back because I was right on 48.
I'm gonna put it in the private chat so that way I don't have to interrupt the video. All right, so it's 45.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the timestamps real quick of the Donald Green story of what Cynthia is trying to point out, and we're gonna talk about that into the last few minutes before we leave.
If you guys get a chance, please go look at the full video. It's like 12 minutes, but it is really good. It gives really, really good information.
And yeah, when we get off the show, if you can, Cynthia, just leave a link too at the top in a comment section. So they can just click on the direct link. Okay, so I'm on 45 seconds, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Again, this is the case of Donald Green, or Robert Green. I'm sorry.
19. The emergency room at that hospital received an ambulance, and the ambulance held a 49-year-old man who was handcuffed to a gurney. He was already deceased when the ambulance pulled into Glenwood Regional Medical Center, and they wheeled him into the ER. The ambulance was accompanied by Louisiana State Police. And the police that night told the emergency room doctor who was attending this ambulance that the man who was dead in the ambulance had died on impact when he crashed his car into a tree. That was the explanation for why this man was dead when he arrived at the ER. And the doctor examined the body, examined the man who'd been brought in the ambulance, noted in his doctor's notes that the man was covered in blood and covered in bruises. But he also noted that the man had 2 taser prongs hanging out of his back. Wait a minute. This is supposedly a car crash casualty. What? They're saying he crashed into a tree, died on impact. What, did the tree tase him after he hit it? The ER doctor noted all this in his notes and actually wrote in his notes that night, he wrote, quote, "does not add up." Because, right, it did not add up. And yet that really was the official explanation that Louisiana State Police tried to go with for how a 49-year-old barber from in West Monroe, Louisiana, a man named Ronald Green, that's the story they tried to tell about how he died that night. Louisiana State Police told Mr. Green's family that he died when he crashed his car during a chase. Troopers said they tried to pull him over for some sort of unspecified traffic violation shortly after midnight, about 30 miles south of the Arkansas state line outside Monroe. They said he died on impact when he crashed into a tree. It took the ER doctor pointing out the freaking taser prongs still hanging out of his back. It took Mr. Green's family filing a wrongful death suit for police to admit that, yes, okay, something else might have happened. No, they can't come up with an explanation for how the tree fired those taser prongs into him. Police.
That's deep. That's deep. So you want me to go to 512, Cindy? Cindy?
I'm sorry, I'm talking. Yes.
Oh, okay, 512. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I'm
To
at 512.
613.
Okay, so 613 after 512. Got it.
No, up to
Vehicle car
613.
crash just hours.
Oh, okay, got it.
Hours after he was told that he was fired. Days later, the Associated Press obtained audio of that same officer describing how he beat and choked Ronald Green the night of his death. On a recording from his body cam microphone, that officer who was in the one car crash, was heard telling somebody very matter-of-factly that he, quote, beat the ever-living F out of Ronald Green. He said, quote, choked him and everything else. He was spitting blood everywhere, and all of a sudden he just went limp.
Crunchmaster.
We got
a little crunch in your day?
We got a quick
Intermission.
commercial. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was dead when he got to the hospital. He was still handcuffed to the gurney, which gets
okay. And now they saying that hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and finish playing it first before I get my commentary.
After that horrifying reporting, Ronald Green's family was finally, after a year and a half, allowed to see the body cam footage from the night that he died. The family's attorney said that Mr. Green's mother and sister wailed like they were at a funeral when they finally saw the footage. He said it was damning footage that showed the troopers choking and beating Ronald Green, repeatedly jolting him with tasers, dragging him face down across the pavement. That attorney, Lee Merritt, who also watched the footage, told the Associated Press, quote, this family has been lied to the entire time about what happened. The video was very difficult to watch. It's one of those videos like George Floyd and even Ahmaud Arbery, where it is just so graphic.
Cynthia, have you seen a video?
What video?
The footage.
Yeah, that's the next one. 8:33 to 8:55.
Oh, we got the actual footage.
Part of it,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to 8:33. Oh no, it started before that.
Does it?
It started like 8:26. Yeah, I got it.
Fresh, I absolutely agree with you. And Alan, didn't the person that, let me know when you're ready, Malika, didn't the person that was in charge of Black Lives Matter, like steal thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, and then that she just retired, not retired, but she just resigned or something?
Well, if we do get some information on that, we'll present that for next week because that's interesting. So let's dig into that and present that next week. Okay, y'all. This is my first time seeing the footage. I don't know if this is your first time seeing the footage, but we're gonna play it and we'll come back and discuss it.
It is a little graphic, right, Cindy?
Yeah, you can't really see it really good, but it is something if you're like don't like graphic stuff, this might offend you, so you might want to shut off or something, mute it until this part's over. Thank you, Dee Dee.
You got it, girl.
Okay, was that the end of it, or no? I'm going down some more. Okay. I'm kind of freezing up.
It's hard to hear.
We can't see it.
He said, I hope this guy don't have F and AIDS. Y'all heard that?
Yeah, we can't see the video though.
Oh, I just paused it again.
No, we can't. Like, it's not up on the screen.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Girl, you know we don't know. If you don't know, we really in trouble because you know me.
And I'm trying to figure out when did it cut off. I'm trying to figure out when did it cut off, and then how long have I been sitting here watching it by myself? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit so y'all can watch it with me this time. Because I've been all in. I'm gonna go back just a little bit. Can y'all see?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all can't see it? Okay.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it.
Yeah.
Come here, mother. I got it. Get out. Okay. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, get him. I'm scared. I'm your brother. I'm scared.
Okay, so let me
It says
fast
at the end,
forward
an
a little
officer,
bit.
I'm scared, I'm your brother.
Taser. Oh, get up here. Get that door. Oh, you all right? All over. Oh, this guy ain't got AIDS.
The AP tonight has posted one other portion of the video. This portion doesn't have sound. We believe what happened here is the trooper turned off the microphone on his body cam, but you can see here Ronald Green handcuffed on the ground. The AP reports that later, after a several minute stretch in which Ronald Green is not seen on camera, he appears again, limp, unresponsive, bleeding from his head, bleeding from his face. He's then loaded onto an ambulance gurney. His arm is cuffed to the bed rail. But here what you will see is an officer putting leg shackles on him. And then I'm not going to show you this part, but what you can see in part of this video is the officer dragging Mr. Green by those leg shackles across the ground face down. Again, his handcuffs are on him behind his back. His legs are shackled. He is face down and limp, and they are dragging him by the leg shackles face down across.
Crunch Master. Need a little crunch in your day?
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's the last of it. I'll fast forward to see if
it's so difficult to watch. That is so hard to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And for them to have him with leg shackles and to have him, there's more. I didn't get a chance to get to all of it.
Yeah, that's it.
All
It's just
of it,
the rest
but-
is just screenshots. Yeah. I was just making sure that was all of it. That's it.
Yeah,
Guys.
as I was talking, trying to get the time stamps and not be, having be too long. But I wanted the video and stuff to definitely be heard. But the thing that bothered me the most is when they had him handcuffed and the shackles on his legs, and they dragged him across the road with no type of protection for his face. So his face was bloodied. He had a lot of cuts and bruises to his body, and they tried to say that they were chasing him. They pulled him over for a routine traffic stop. He ran. They started chasing him. He crashed his car into a tree, and he died on impact of the car accident. And it does show the car. I forgot what it. Go to 412.
Because he probably did.
Play
He
it.
probably did smack his car up into a tree. But after that, when they walked up on him, when they approached him, they started beating the hell out of him, like they said.
It shows a picture of his car, and his car doesn't even look like it was head on to a tree.
I think they established that the car's damage was not significant enough to kill him. The thing here is, I think, he was running from them, and they were mad. they, went on a power trip and started whooping up on him as soon as they walked up to him, because you can hear him kind of reacting to their challenge, and then the next thing you know, they tase him and he's begging, I'm sorry, I'm scared. Okay, I'm going to do it. How did he end up beaten and bloodied once he submitted to the handcuffs and the shackles?
They wasn't trying to hear that.
But how do you, if you've been tased, how can you put your hands behind your back? Because you don't have any control of your body at that time for I don't know how long the taser is in effect. But the dumb cops forgot to take the tasers out of his back, and that's what made the doctor say it's not adding up.
Yeah, see, I thought that there was the taser, they reverted to the taser because the other thing they had could give an electric shock enough to kill a person. So the taser is the thing that has the attachments to it. There used to be something that they could shoot at you that was not attached and caused much more damage. But he was tased several times. So maybe just getting tased once, knocks your legs out from under you, but continuing to be tased to me is torture.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And I'm wondering, the question that I have for myself is, now that everything was exposed, will there be a conviction? That's my only.
I don't think so. I think they're going to justify it because he ran. As soon as you run, they can say you become a danger to society and the community.
Okay, but why cover it up? See, they tried to cover it up. They tried to cover up the fact that he was not killed during a car crash, if it was even a car crash. And they tried to cover it up. And so for the doctor's information to me actually can get a conviction. Y'all don't think I can get a conviction?
Yeah, but the cop that they fired for it died in a car crash the next day.
What?
Shut up. What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
It's in the video. Yeah.
Way to bury the lead, girl. What?
Let me get the link for it so I can put it in the thing, if I can remember how to do it.
Oh, look at Karma.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then maybe karma and the God took care of it. I hate to say that, but I don't.
I'd rather see him go to court and stuff.
Me too, but I think they'll find a way to call it a justifiable. Well, he didn't end up getting shot, right? He was beaten to death.
But that's still murder.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's worse than being shot, I'm saying. And that's that's the reason they covered it up, was because their reaction to his crime did not warrant the punishment that they doled out.
Yeah. All right, how do I do this?
That's just sad. That's just sad. I mean,
did you notice again something else that we were talking about? There was some audio or something missing because the police officer turned off his. Once again, they're in control. They should not be in control of that body cam. That they are dispatched to a crime, it should automatically come on while they're still in the car, and then get turned off when they're sent to the next crime.
Yeah, I agree with that. They definitely.
Or if they do turn it off, it would be like a alert, some missing, an alert in the algorithm or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like something.
Yeah, I know exactly
and there should be a punishment for that. Yeah, and there should be a punishment for that. If you turned off your body cam, you're tampering with evidence, and you should have to go to court for that.
I totally agree with that. Well, hopefully we'll see that later on in the police what is it called?
The trial?
I don't know.
No. The what is they fighting for? The police
reform.
Yeah, the police reform. Hopefully we'll see something like that later on down the line, because that makes a big difference.
That's the only thing that's going to help. It's the only thing that's going to fix this. And again, I always say it. I don't know why everybody is not clamoring for this, including the police. It's a win-win situation. I don't understand why anybody is against retraining them.
I just dropped the link in the chat because I'm not sure if I know how to do it on the description. Can I do it from
Well,
the?
hopefully we'll see that later on, y'all, because we at one point it wasn't mandatory for them to even wear body cams. You
Yeah,
know,
That's true. That is, yeah, that's evolution. That's progress. You're right.
I mean, we're getting there. It's a slow process. You know, the justice, what is it? The hands of justice go slow or something to that effect.
and police reform won't happen overnight.
Right. It's going to take some time, and hopefully, with these cops being at least indicted, it'll do something to jolt something in people's heads to be like, maybe I need to be a little bit more careful because I never know, what's considered a good shooting or a good reason to tase. I'm interested in what's going to happen to this chick that I think I'm going to go off subject.
Okay, wait. I want to say something. Quick shout out to Rachel Maddow for even doing the story, because I mean,
Yeah.
she's a big time person who has probably thousands of stories to choose from. Lots of people watch her, so her showing that was awareness to a bunch of people, I'm sure, that didn't even know about it. So
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna bring up. Thank you, because I didn't write it down. Why is it taking so long for us to hear about this stuff?
There's too many. There's too
19th,
many. It's happening every single day. It's
May
just
10th, 19th, May 10th, 2019 that it happened, and we're just finding out about it. She just did the story a week ago.
Yeah, I think COVID slowed down the justice system too. So
Yeah.
it probably took them a while to decide, what they're gonna do and whatever.
And sometimes it takes them a long time to release some body cam footage, and we don't hear about it. It don't make public until they release some body cam footage.
True.
And sometimes it takes them a long time to do so. Why does it take you so long to? It was one case I was looking into where it took the family like 2 years to receive the body cam footage to find out what even happened.
Yeah, that's because they're taking that time to get their story straight. And
they're editing it
and lie on the police reports and threaten witnesses, and they're just using that for time to do wrong.
They're editing the video as well. We don't get to see all of it. That's
I agree.
The family of the guy that got shot in the van. They shot him 4 times in the arm, and then the kill shot was to the back of the head. Remember a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, that family only got to see 20 seconds of
20 seconds of the video.
Yeah.
Why? If they think it's a justified shooting, why can't they see all of it? I don't need to see it. I would like to.
And what takes so long to release it?
Right.
Yeah, they have no justifiable excuse for that, because they're not going to say, oh, it's because we're trying to get all our stories straight. So when it comes out, we know how to answer all the questions. Plus, we need to fabricate the police reports and tamper with the evidence.
Yeah, because sometimes the whole department be a cesspool of crime. And that's why they be covering their stuff up, because they know if something get exposed, the whole department can go down. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it don't even be about that situation or a certain individual. It's just like, damn, you're not about to take the whole department down with you.
Didn't that just happen recently, where the from the top to the bottom, everybody, they just reassigned everybody or something because of a cop that did wrong and they tried to cover it up? I'm gonna have to look into that.
I think that was the Philly DA that I keep telling y'all about, the reformer guy that is, increase the amount of drugs you have to have in order to get arrested, and he let all these marijuana people out of jail, and yeah, he's really radical. I think it was in Philly what you're talking about.
I don't think that they need to. I mean, I've never heard of anybody smoking a blunt going and robbing anybody or going shooting anybody. They need to stop playing with it. Maybe if they made weed legal, they might reduce some of this crime. And then you don't have the boys on the street selling it and fighting over territory and fighting over, this is my block, and if you come on my block trying to sell, then we got to get rid of you type of thing. Maybe that'll, break. I need to do some investigating to see if crime rates have gotten lower in the states that have weed as
Well,
have weed as legal.
here's the thing. Mostly they keep track of violent crime. Excuse me, ladies. Mostly they keep track of violent crime. There's no violent crime associated with marijuana. I liked Elizabeth Warren's idea. She said instead of locking these boys up, what they did, I think there was 5,000 or 50,000 licenses for dispensaries that they put aside specifically for people who have been convicted of a non-violent marijuana charge. And like she said, who knows better about the weed than the boys have been selling it all their lives? Let's let them do it legally and, get them off the streets. It makes perfect sense to me.
Maybe I need to run for mayor or something.
You got my vote, baby.
So do y'all think we should be legalized nationally?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
All right. And what do y'all think, chat? Drop a 1 since I don't know how we got on the point of legalizing marijuana.
Okay.
Let's just be there. That is
I always get sidetracked.
That would be our final question in replace of our would you rather. Okay, so that would be our final question. Do you think that we should be legalized nationally? Drop a 1 in the chat room if you say yes. Drop a 2 in the chat room if you say no. And if you say no, please do us a favor and follow up with an explanation as to why you feel that marijuana should not be legalized nationally.
But the crazy thing is it's still a federal offense.
Right. So a state that's another way the government makes money off of drugs. A state can legalize it, but the federal government can still raid it. So every time the federal government needs to fill their coffers, they go into states where it's legalized. They raid these people's dispensaries. They take all their drugs, all their money, all their property, and they make money off of it. And the people have to rebuild, start over, and they can do it whenever they want. It's absolutely ridiculous. Colorado, by the way, their people are paying 2% property tax. 2%. In order to, because of the marijuana revenue. And also there's 2 cities that are giving reparations to Black people using their marijuana sales. One of them is right outside of Chicago, and I'm not sure where the other one is. But yeah, all the proceeds they make off of marijuana go to reparations for the Black people in their city.
That's what's up.
Yeah, because all the money they making for the marijuana, making off the marijuana, come from Black people in their city.
How about that?
Right.
Hey, we gonna get the money from you and we gonna give back. But hey.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, but I see a lot of y'all ain't vote on that right there.
They like, you ain't
y'all ain't vote on
that.
A lot of them say, oh, but see, with me, I think I didn't even take a vote or even call because I don't really care, I guess, either way. Like, so maybe some people out there feeling like that, like, hey, legalize it, don't. I don't care either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if that's how y'all feel, drop a 3.
Okay, all right. Another option.
If you don't have an opinion either way, drop a 4 or 5.
That's basically the 3, not having an opinion either way, because that's where I am with it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have an opinion either way, drop a 3. But yeah, I just think like if that's the case, freedom dudes that's on, locked up from them marijuana charges. That's all I'm saying.
Are we gonna have time to get to Tulsa?
Oh, we really don't, Didi. We will save it for next week if you don't mind, because it's it's too deep to kind of go into it right now, and we getting ready to go ahead and get off. Okay, so but we will say that for next week, and that will be a great topic for next week. And I'm sorry that we didn't feel that in, but our ladies is long-winded. Y'all know the ladies of the queens of the round table on the panel. Y'all know we long-winded.
Y'all know.
Yes, we know we get off a topic a lot.
Y'all should know that now.
We ought to be called the Queens Round and Round and Round and Round and Round Table.
Okay, and never stop. Okay, table. So yeah, and we'll have to continue that next week, and we will continue that not next week, the week after next. I'm sorry, we're not here every week now. We here every other week, so we will continue that. And any other interesting subjects that might come along, and y'all know y'all are more than welcome to send us the email at Queens Roundtable. And I will do better. I'll do better at checking emails. I will. I didn't even want to hear y'all mouth. Like I just felt the energy. I just felt the tension. I felt like Didi and Cynthia was thinking like, you don't check them though. But I felt that they was thinking that. But I will do better at checking them. But please, y'all,
Girl,
go ahead.
no, wasn't nobody thinking that.
I don't check mine, so I can't say nothing about you not checking yours.
It's a miracle you get to pick anything with all the stuff we bombard you with, girl. I think you do just fine.
Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. Because I thought y'all be thinking like this girl. Okay, but yeah, go ahead and submit us some ideas. You know, whatever y'all have some ideas and some things y'all want us to touch on, whether it's past the present, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and send us an email at queensroundtable@gmail.com. So, and like I said, we'll be on every other week. Thank y'all so much.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to hit that like button and share it on y'all page. Share it. That's
share it out. Share it out. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you.
You know what? One thing I can say we try to do here, we try to bring y'all some truth, you know, some real life events, some truth that's going on. We try to bring y'all our perspective in different ways to see our perspective, or let y'all share y'all perspective, and also try to make it a little entertaining, so it just don't be such an emotional type of, you know what I'm saying, thing where we just, I don't know, but just make it entertaining. So if we did our job too, and y'all feel that, y'all enjoy it and what we bring to the table, definitely support us. Hit that like button. Just support us, But thank everybody for coming. Thank everybody for coming.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks
I
for showing up.
guys.
Yes. And maybe we can get Fresh on here one day, huh? We can get Fresh on here one day.
I told him a while ago that I wanted to have him up on the panel. Maybe we'll have have an open panel just to chat with the chat, and have them come up and talk about whatever they want to.
Yeah, we can have like guest hosts.
And I'll bring a couple of my friends up here that I've been telling I was gonna bring here and hadn't yet done. So we're gonna make it interesting, y'all. Just stay tuned. Yeah. All right, you guys. Have a great rest of y'all day. Thank y'all so much.
Didi, don't drop off yet.
I know. I remembered this time.
It's silly. It's been fun, y'all, and it's been real. Later, y'all.
See you on 2 weeks. Thanks for coming out.